Brian Grimes, your real estate mentor, back with another action-packed session. Today, we're going to be talking about how to become a landlord, even if you're starting off with $10,000 or less. New real estate investors struggle with a lot of things. The first thing they struggle with is finding profitable deals. Where do you go to find them? How do you get your hands on really good deals that you can make money on? Number two, finding good tenants. How do I screen tenants? Where do I find them? What types of tenants do I want? How do I run comps? Number three, and know my after repair values, because everything is based on the value of the property. So if you don't know how to pull your comps and how to value a property, you can feel stuck at times. You don't know if this is a good deal or a bad deal. Number four, how to manage your contractor. So one, where do I even find them? Do I go to Home Depot? How do I find good contractors? And then how do I manage them? And then five, how to build rehab budgets, the cost of construction, all of that. And then how to connect with good lenders to get the capital that you need to do deals. So if you're a new real estate investor, you're probably struggling with some of these, if not all of these, and I know because I struggle with them, right? There's two things in real estate. I need you guys to get this drilled into your brain. There's knowledge and money. The less you have of one, the more you need of the other. So if you are starting off with tons of cash, if you have $1 million in the bank, you don't need a lot of knowledge, because you can go out and just burn through your money and then figure out what's going on. If you're starting off like I started off, flat broke, where you only have like 5 to 10K maybe, or you scrape that up over the course of, it took me like 2 years to save up that money. You need lots of knowledge. The number one thing you need to do is get educated and really dial in on this game, or you're going to blow through all of your capital. Step one is finding cheap markets to invest in. The reason you need to find cheap markets to invest in is because home prices are at an all-time high. And with inflation, with the Trump tariffs, with everything that's going on now, prices are going to keep going higher. So you need to find cheap, affordable markets to invest in if you want to get started with as little cash as possible. This is a historical housing price market of where prices have been since 1980. They've been straight to the moon, as you can see on the far right of the index. The affordable markets that I look to, these are the top 10 cash flow cities in the country. I want to be in markets where there's high cash flow, which you're usually going to get if you can buy the properties very low. The property taxes tend to be lower in these cities, and then the rents tend to be higher in these cities. These are the top 10. So this is coming from Zillow, but the ones with the check marks, Baltimore and Philly, these are my favorite of the top 10. So from the research I've done, from what I've seen, these markets tend to provide the highest amount of cash flow per dollar spent. So you can still get properties for less than $100,000, rental properties in these markets, and the rents are extremely high, even if you go like Section 8. So you can make a ton of money in these markets. I would say these are the easiest markets, all of these top 10, but definitely my top two out of the top 10 to start to scale your wealth and build your way out of the 9 to 5. Step two is get creative. Don't go the traditional route. Don't go the route where you're putting down 20% down to get a property, because no matter who you are, if your strategy is to just keep putting down 20%, you're eventually going to run out of money. You're going to lose all your money and tie it up in all these deals. So you need a cash recycling strategy or some type of a creative strategy. So I'm going to give you 4 quick options. Number one is house hacking. So this is where you put down 5% or less on these deals. This is how I got started. I put down 3.5%, actually a little bit less than that, because of some of the strategies we're about to talk about. Step two, seller's assist and credits reduce your closing costs. So when I did my FHA house hack, I actually negotiated with the seller to give me what's called a seller's assist. So they ended up paying, I think it was about 4,000 towards my closing costs. So I was supposed to come to the table with 9,000. I ended up coming to the table with 5,000 because the seller credited 4,000 towards my closing costs. So you can negotiate seller's assists and different seller's credits into the deal that allow you to come to the table with even less. But this is a knowledge thing. I learned this, I picked it up from a buddy of mine at the time. Number three is 100% lenders. This is a way where you can get deals for very little money. I've done deals where I've cashed out 20, 30 grand at the end of the deal. So I actually got paid like 20, 30,000 to just acquire a rental property. And then 4 is advanced creative financing, like subject to lease purchase options, some of the advanced options where you leverage the existing debt that's already on these properties. So if somebody's going to lose their house in foreclosure and you know what you're doing, you can approach them and take over their property and just take over the existing debt. So you would just take over their mortgage. You wouldn't have to qualify for a new mortgage, which means there would be a zero money down option there. Step three, learn the cost of building. So you must understand how much everything costs. It allows you to structure cheaper deals and negotiate better terms. So you have to ask yourself the question, like we said, knowledge versus money. Do you know the cost of labor? Do you know the timelines for completion on a deal? How long it takes to complete certain things? Do you know the cost of materials? And the cost of materials are fluctuating with Trump tariffs. How many guys does it take to do certain tasks? How many guys does it take to put down the flooring in a property? And how many days does it take? Are there inspection delays and different timeline delays that could happen? And do you understand what they are and how they arise and how to avoid them, or the fact that they can't be avoided? And then friction and lending costs. Do you know what it costs to go through a deal? How much the lending fees are? What's the friction? What's the monthly carrying cost? You have to drill down at an extremely high level if you want to win in this game. So knowledge is paramount to all other things. Like, you need knowledge. This is not about capital, in my opinion, at all, because if you had superior knowledge, you wouldn't need any money.